Underway then.
Yeah, let's
go. Here we go then. It is night 10 here in the Northwest.
Professional Dance Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, would you please welcome the winner of 7 PDC titles, a World Championship semi-finalist and a winner of the Masters. It's Hollywood! The winner of 157 PDC titles worldwide, a 7-time Premier League champion, and a 3-time champion of the world! MVP, Mighty Michael!
Quarter-final here in Manchester. We've got Michael van Gerwen, who is back in action after missing last Thursday night through injury. Played on the Pro Tour this week, tested out that arm. Well, I'm sure he would have liked to do better in those 4 events, to be fair, in Leicester. 2 first-round exits for Mighty Mike, and he is clinging on to a playoff spot, isn't he? Missed last week, but it's really only Gerwen Price who kind of took advantage. So can the 7-time Premier League champion give his own playoff push a bit of a boost here in Manchester tonight? Well, Dobey is down in 7th at the moment, 6 points worse off. Beat Luke Littler in the quarterfinals in Berlin. Wasn't an outstanding display, to be honest with you, performance-wise. He was just sort of better than an off Luke Littler on the night. He then went on to lose to Gerwen Price in the semi-final. So how will he fare here then? 2 meetings in the Premier League this season between these two. Both of those won by Michael van Gerwen. Let's find out who wins this one then. For the first time tonight, let's head to comms and join Wayne Mardle and Stuart Pike.
Thank you, Emma. One of the big questions of the night concerns this man. How ready is he? How able is he? How is the arm? How fit is he? He was the first to admit that when Wayne and I both spoke to him in the players' room a little while ago, he isn't 100%, and his fitness could play a big part in the end result of this game. But over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to find out.
Yeah, he said that he was pain-free. Let's hope that continues, because if you go up there with any doubt, it's a difficult enough game anyway. And playing Chris Dobey, he's got someone. He's a formidable opponent when he's on. Just not been as on as he'd like in this Premier League, Chris.
Well, yeah, he reached the final, didn't he? On night one.
Yes.
In Belfast. Only won 2 matches since then. It's a tough old school, isn't it, the Premier League, as many have found out down the years. Yeah, but for Michael Van Gerwen, as you mentioned, he played the Pro Tour the last couple of days in Leicester just to see how his arm was throwing and, you know, to see if there was any pain. He lost first round on both occasions. Yesterday, even more disappointing than the opening day, lost to Reece Griffin in round 1 with an 89 average. So, to say, it's going to be interesting to see.
He'd have liked to have just scraped through a game and then give it another run out, then another run out. So he probably still is a bit unsure. Well, this has been an edgy start from Christopher. Can Michael sew this first leg up? The answer is yes. A little 1-1-1. And even that fist pump, Stuart, that's clenching. Look, that's clenching the fist. That's the thrust of the shoulder, and it was the shoulder that was the problem.
Absolutely.
And for athletes to put your shoulder out putting on a t-shirt, I'm not sure about that.
We've all done it.
I haven't.
Yeah, but that augurs well, doesn't it, for Michael Van Gerwen? The other point to make is the fact that he withdrew from Berlin. The result effectively on the scoreboard was 0-6, and you never know, when it gets closer to the 0-2, that leg difference could play a part.
Yeah, every leg counts in the Premier League, not just points, not just wins. Every single leg. And this is really, so far, so good.
Yeah. 95. It's all about getting in that top 4, then the black piece of paper. Unlikely that Chris Dobey will be there.
Well, he took out a 3-figure in the first leg, not going to happen here. Yeah, Michael currently 4th in the table on 13 points. A point ahead of 5th, that's Rob Cross. So every point is so valuable.
146.
He's looking good. What can Dobey do with 146?
Felt slow, that dart. I thought it was going to arrive before it did. Maybe just needs to relax a little, Chris. 2 darts at tops, 2 popped.
Tell you what, earlier today I was at home watching Sky Sports, and they had one of those darts gold classics on.
Oh, right.
Barney beat Adrian Lewis last 16 at the Ali Pally after Adrian had hit the 9-darter.
Yeah.
Lewis missed the match dart, and Adrian looks so good. It'd be great to see him back playing at that level at some stage.
Yeah, be great for darts. So 2-0 and looking good. Michael is throwing with a nice little rhythm here.
Yeah. He was having us all on.
Well, I I'm just watching Stuart. He seems to be, I don't know if this is consciously, subconsciously, seems to be throwing a tiny bit softer. And just normally when his arm comes through, yes, he's still got that wrist movement at the end after he's released the dart, but it doesn't seem as violent. And that will add to rhythm. I'll have to ask him after if that is the way, because the darts just seem to be going in that little bit softer.
Chris, you require 130.
Well, like he really has to win. Well, that Gerwen's already taken out 111, but about 114.
Yeah, Dobey's struggling here, so Michael's got to make hay. He didn't go for the 54 because of the marker, and it was the right thing to do. Just didn't go in. These are big moments for Chris. The way he's playing, if he goes 3-0 down, I fear for him. Where's the rhythm, Chris? Well, he took his time, but he got it done. Held himself together really well, because the way he's playing, Stuart, that was a chore.
Well, he's averaging only 84.
45.
Out of all the 8 Premier League players, he has the lowest tournament average at the moment, around about 94.5, and has only, having a look back, only averaged 100 once so far in the Premier League, Chris Dobey.
He's thrown some quality darts, he's just doing it often enough. It's all world-class sports about.
125.
I've been impressed with Michael. Got to speed up. Very staccato, really is.
Yeah, I mean, you think back to the World Championship when he got to the semi-final, of course, lost to Van Gerwen,
Yeah.
but when he's on, the rhythm, it's just a beautiful, flowing action. And
Yeah. Well, they're quicker.
140.
Noticeably quicker, the last 2 darts. He's obviously feeling the way I was, that he needed to speed up. Yeah, Michael's won the last 4 encounters with these two, but I always feel like it could go any way. Michael was fantastic in that world semi-final.
it was.
100.
Yeah, 6-1 it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a majestic Michael Van Gerwen, and
100.
had no answer, of course, for Luke Littler in that final.
But this now feels like a contest. It wasn't for the first couple of legs. Tops again! Just like it grew there. He's feeling better, isn't he? You can tell by the pace of him.
Yeah. Well, the dart at double 16 to win leg 3 has changed things. Van Gerwen was on a 1 darter, wasn't he, for 3-0?
Yeah.
And Dobey had 1 dart to get himself on the board, and has a different look about it now, has a different feel about it now.
It does. Spot on. If that 32 don't go in and he goes 3-0 down, who knows? But that 70 was possibly the game changer.
Well, it's a play, Aspinall or cross.
96.
Yeah, that bottom half tonight looks tough, doesn't it? Littler against Price to play Bunting or Humphreys.
100.
Yeah, to be honest, when I do look at the draws for the Premier Leagues, obviously because the format, the 4 quarter-finals, it's both halves seem impossible, but the bottom one does seem a bit heavy.
I could say top heavy, bottom heavy.
Bottom heavy, yeah. Well, Michael's level has dropped a bit, and Chris is just loitering around at a under 90 average, but he has improved.
And who would have thought when we started 10 weeks ago in Belfast, at the start of February, that we'd be saying that Michael Van Gerwen hasn't yet won a Premier League night.
And only been in 1 final.
Yeah.
60.
It's Michael van Gerwen. We're not used to those shabby returns. For the lead.
Yeah. I like that word, descriptive.
Shabby.
Shabby.
Yeah, my ability was called shabby often.
Probably by me.
Oh, surely! Just like the two tops, no? I fancied that.
Yeah.
Didn't strike hard enough. You could tell by the way it skewed off.
It's Van Gerwen's turn. He needs to take out 70, and he does. It's 2 darts. Dobey 1 dart for the lead. Van Gerwen needing 1 dart to go back ahead.
He knew the importance of that. Could have gone 3-2 down after being 2-0 up, which would have been a blow for Michael. But Christmas in double 19, give him the opportunity, and he took it.
134.
Back in business here after the disappointing first visit. This is better. Yet to see him, Max.
Yeah, there was a point where Michael was the premier 180 hitter in the world. This guy wasn't far off it a few years ago either. The pace has really picked up now. Both players. This is a leg in which Van Gerwen threw first.
More like it, boys. Dobey's given himself a chance. Is he going to get an opportunity? Is he going to get the opportunity? He is at 87 to make it a level game once more.
He's had a bit of luck in it in the 10 to leave tops. Is he going to get a pop at it? 60 or 20. Double 5 now for 3-3. Oh, what an effort. That would have been a break in 12.
Missed darts to win the last 2 legs. Chris Dobey, who's paid the price. Van Gerwen is 4 out of 5 on the doubles. Get a dart at double 19 in leg 5 and a dart at double 5 there. But yeah, I agree. I think there's just the slightest half a second delay with Dobey's last dart at the double.
Yeah, he's, like you said, he missed a double 19 off 96. And that off 87. It's not the massive finishes that, though often they're very nice, don't get me wrong, but if you can do those just 2 dart pops, they really hurt. Michael's scoring the last 2 legs has really picked up.
Yeah, just a little.
This is impressive for someone that would have been doubting himself, and there's no doubt that he would have had a bit of that going on, especially with the last few days playing in the Pro Tour so poorly.
You're spot on there, because it's all well and good practicing in the practice room. You may just not follow through as much as you, until you get up on that stage. You don't really find out when you've got an injury how bad it is, and Van Gerwen is ploughing on. If there is any pain, he isn't showing it. The pain is being suffered by his opponent.
Yeah. That is so good. His finishing has been magnificent.
5 out of 7.
There's been a lot to like. Started off really well, Michael. Then, okay, had a couple of legs where it wasn't going his way, but now he's finding it. He didn't like that second dart. There was a grimace there.
Well, Chris Dobey has lost 6 times in the Premier League quarter-finals in 2025, and it looks like being an unlucky 7th.
59.
He did smile. I was smiling on the walk-up. Of course, all the Man United or the Manchester fans, City or United, whoever, were booing him because of his Newcastle allegiance. He enjoyed it.
Good visit from Chris. Needs more of that. Needs more of it, like now.
89 average isn't going to win you too many games at this level.
No, it's not. And it's the timing that's been off as well, Stuart. We've already mentioned the doubles that he's missed. He missed the double 19, didn't he? That could have changed the game. We don't know, but there's times when you miss and it doesn't matter. He hasn't been let off yet. Michael not liking that at all.
Chance here for Dobey.
Kind of feel that he cannot make another mistake. Has to switch to leave a finish and does. All he's doing is hoping that Michael faffs around. Faffage.
We had shabby, we had faffing.
Oh, that was shabby, yeah.
And he's in faff around. Go on then, another one of those.
Oh!
And another double 16.
146.
We love a 1-3-2.
Oh, we love a 1-4-6 as well. Oh, it's unlucky.
85.
So to stay in the game, get one of those breaks, a throw back. Yeah, good stuff from Dobey. Not finished just yet.
It's impressive. You're 5-2 down, you're not playing as well as your opponent, and you find a quality leg. And then kick off Max. Look, let's get this right. A hold, a break and a hold, and he's won. It's quite simple. Forget you're playing a 7-time Premier League champion, that's all. The crowd booing, they want to see a 9.
58.
Do you have a feeling tonight?
No.
No.
No feeling about a 9 whatsoever.
That's a surefire side to get a pound or two on a 9 darter.
Superb cover shooting. All Michael can do is hit a great big one, and hopefully he gets a shot.
126.
Double 6. And we've got a game. Brilliant from Dobey. That's 3 ton pluses. That's the best of all. 126. But here comes Van Gerwen for the win.
Yeah, and it's Michael's darts. That's the important thing here. You need one more leg, you have the darts, and you kick off 140. It's a brilliant start.
96.
Michael knows all he needs is to keep straight and hit one treble a visit. Oh, now he's getting greedy. Oh, greedy Van Gerwen.
40.
Psychologically, this would be huge for Van Gerwen.
Yeah. And just more trebles to it. It just puts so much pressure on Chris, and that's not enough. It's a cracking leg. Already thinking of leaving a finish. We'll want to stay there and hit a 57, then would have gone for the bullseye, but it didn't work out for him.
57.
Van Gerwen does not need to go the ball route. I meant with the last dart, not the first.
Well, the double 18 route nearly proved very fruitful, but he will return. The double 18 for a big win for Van Gerwen.
A welcome win. That was a good performance from Michael, and he knows it. He started off all guns blazing, went off the boil for a couple of legs, but it was Van Gerwen who was better than his opponent Chris Dobey. He will go through to the semi-final. He's getting emotional there, Michael. That is mentally a big win after missing last week through injury. Good luck to him. Michael Van Gerwen beats Chris Dobey. 6-4 will move into the semi-finals.
And coming up next, Rob Cross taking on Nathan Aspinall.